upset. That's tough. That's tough. You know, patience, of course, is one of the fruits of the Spirit. Can anybody here tell me all the fruits of the Spirit? Anybody? See, now I'm going to share something with you tonight. The reason that I can remember all the fruits of the Spirit is kind of like, and this is the way that I learn. I'm a visual or audible or whatever kind of person. I do better with stuff like that. So just like the order of operations in school, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's how I remember the order of operations. Or Roy G. Biv, the colors of the rainbow. God's rainbow. Just saying. So the fruits of the Spirit I learned by song when I was a kid. I got love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And see, that stuck with me for all these years. So I think, are we running live, Andy? Andy, are we running live right now? Hey, Facebook. We're running live right now, so if you want to go back and watch the live feed and learn the song, or get the CD from Daddy, he'll make you a copy. Go learn the song. You'll learn the fruits of the Spirit, and they're good things to know. Now, I have said many times that the fruits of the Spirit, the reason that love is the first fruit of the Spirit is because it's the most important one. Because you can't operate in all the other fruits of the Spirit if you don't have love in your heart. And where does love come from? Love comes from God. Okay, that comes directly from Him. So you've got to have that love in your heart. Not only do you have to have love for God, but you got to have love for His people. And if you love God's people, it will help you be patient with people and be patient with situations and be patient with God. So patience is something that we have to build or grow. We have to build or grow patience. It's like a muscle. You got to work to get it stronger. If you want to be better at something, you've got to practice it. Just like a sport. If you want to be better at a sport, you got to practice it. If you want to get stronger, you got to go work out. If you want to learn to cook better, you got to go cook. All right? You can't just sit there in the house and say, well, you know what? I want to learn to cook better and not go cook something and become better at cooking. It's not going to happen. So this is why we have to not only build or grow our patience, but we have to practice patience. Okay, we have to practice that. And over time, your patience will grow. It'll grow stronger, and it'll be to the point to where other people look at how patient you are, and they say, you know what, I wish I was that patient. I've looked at people like that my whole life, and I've seen different people that they're so patient and they're so easygoing, and they just kind of, just let things come, and they're kind of, if something happens, they're, so be it. God's going to take care of it. It's good. I'm just going to be patient with God. And I look up to those people because I am not that type of person. I want to be that type of person. And I'm working at it. I'm practicing. But it's hard to be that person sometimes. And I feel like the reason that it's hard sometimes is because, and I've said this many times over the past few months, that we live in a fast food world. We do. We want something, and we want it now. And we don't want to have to wait to get it. And now, I guess we're going to have to move from a fast food mentality or society to where we're a Uber Eats society. That you don't even have to leave the house. You just pick up your phone. I want this. I want it sent to my address. And bam, there it is. Now, I don't think we have that in Oglethorpe County, so don't get your hopes up. I just told Casey the other night, I wish we had somewhere that would deliver to the house. That would be great. And, sometimes that's not as much about patience as it is just, just wanting to chill at your house and not get out. So I understand that. But for some people, it's a patience thing. And now I guarantee you the difference between the Uber Eats mentality and the fast food mentality is the fact that at the Uber Eats, okay, you're ordering it and you're like, all right, it'll be here, whenever it gets here. But I tell you what, if you sit in that fast food line and you're sitting 3 cars deep and you're waiting on your Frosty, you're waiting to get that Frosty, and I'm not talking about anybody specifically tonight, and then you get up there and they tell you the Frosty machine's down. You've already waited there for 10 minutes and the Frosty machine's down now, and that's what you came for. You're mad. So not only have you now struggled with patience, but you're struggling with self-control. And it's taking all the fruits and throwing them everywhere. I'm talking to myself tonight as well. I've been there. Everybody likes to pick on the McDonald's ice cream machine, and they talk about the ice cream machine at McDonald's, and it's funny. But, all that is people struggling with patience, okay? They can't be patient with people. They can't. So now those are just little things. I mean, those are minuscule. But I'm talking about actual trials in your life that you're going to go through. How will you grow patience? God's going to grow your patience through your trials. And you may think, well, I'll just do without the patience and without the trials and I'll be good. It doesn't work like that. Because you know what? We live in a real world where there's real world problems. One of the youth looked at me last week and I was doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. And they said, oh, that's what it was. It was on Friday night. I saw one of the youth at the football game. And I was announcing the game, and I was kind of getting out of there pretty quick. As soon as the game ended, I was gone. And they said, Levi, why are you heading out so fast? I said, because I got to get up at like 5:45 and be at work in the morning. And they said, good Lord. They said, that's terrible. And I said, hey, it's real world stuff. You got to get up, got to go. I mean, some people are getting up and going hunting, so it's not that big of a deal that early. But you got real world stuff that's going to happen in your life. Not everything's going to be just, simple and easy and it's just going to, come to you. It's not. You're going to go through trials. You're going to go through tribulations. But the great thing about it is God is going to use those trials and tribulations to make you stronger. He will. In James 1:2-4, it says, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into the diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Man, that sounds tough. The trying of your faith. That doesn't sound too good. It doesn't sound fun. It doesn't. And it's not going to be fun. There's going to be things that we go through in our life that we're going to ask questions. That it's going to test our faith. It's going to test our patience. But we've got to understand that even though we've got questions, even though that we've got concerns, we know the answer. And the answer is Jesus Christ. And if we can hold on to Him during our trials, then He's going to bring us out on the other side. It says in verse 4, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Wanting nothing. Now, one thing that hits me about that verse is the fact that wanting nothing part at the end. And we struggle as a society with, we want all this different stuff that we don't really need. All right? And I told the youth last Wednesday night, I said, one of the problems that we have in America is that, and I'm just going to be blunt with us, we're spoiled little brats. We are. We're on our high horse, and we think that, things should go our way, or the, highway, or whatever it is. But then you've got people over in third world countries, all right, that don't have anything. I put it as they don't have a pot to pee in. They don't have nothing. But rather, than get in a car and go to church. They walk 10 miles to go to a church service. But guess what? It's packed with people that are just like them, that don't have nothing. But you know what they do have? They've got God. And that's why God chooses to pour His Spirit into those people. Because they don't have all this material things that that they feel like, that bring temporary pleasure. They don't have all that. We've got all this stuff in our life. All this outside noise. These things in life that we feel like that are going to bring us pleasure, but they're not. So when it says here in verse 4, wanting nothing, at the end of the day, all we should want is Jesus. Because that's all we need. It says, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to be scared or have a little fear, during your trials and tribulations, because there are things that are going to happen that's going to be scary. There's things that are going to happen that make you feel like, you want to quit, that you want to, stop coming to church, or that you want to, stop praying, or you want to, stop doing what is right, and you want to give in to something. And we can't live our lives like that. Okay? I'm saying it's okay to have a little fear, but you don't have to be afraid. Okay? And you don't have to quit. We just got to be patient. We've got to let the storm pass. We've got to stand firm on the rock. In Romans 8:31 it says, what shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? And I'm telling you, and I said this to somebody at work the other day, it says in my word that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Nothing. No weapon. There's not a thing in this world that can come against me and prosper if I've got God on my side. And guess what? I do. I've got the champ right there behind me. He's got my back. I love it. And you know what? I might fall sometimes, but guess what he's going to do? He's going to reach down and he's going to pick me back up. He is, because he's got my back. I just got to be patient. I've got to understand that he is back there. That he does have my back. That he is going to carry me at times, even when I don't know my own way. The road to success, the path to get where we want to go is going to be an uphill climb. It's going to be uphill. All right, there's a mountain in front of us. And you're not going to get to the top of the mountain by just standing there. You got to climb. And it's not going to be an easy climb. All right? Climbing's tough, especially when you're overweight. I went up some stairs the other day and I was like, man, I need to lose some weight because these stairs are tough. But you know what? If I started doing stairs every day, they'd get easier and they'd get easier and they'd get easier. So keep climbing. Keep going up the stairs. Keep moving forward. Because you know what? It might be hard work and it might take some patience and it might be tough, but it's going to be worth every minute of it. If you'll stand with me tonight, I told you I didn't have a whole lot, and I'm going to ask Sister Deidre if she'll come. I'm so thankful to have Sister Deidre and Brother Adam with us tonight and their family. I love them so much, and they are family to me. And I'm about to throw one on her real quick. And I hate to do that to anybody, but it just hit me while I was doing this message. She's going to sing us a song. I do have one more verse, though, that I want to share before we get into our prayer time. And normally we do a CD, but I'm just going to let Sister Deidre follow God. And if she gets tired of playing, then we'll put the CD on. But I'm just going to let her have her way. She's got liberty up here. But Luke 8:15, it says, But that on the good ground are they, which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. Bring forth fruit. And I got to thinking when I read this verse, am I bringing forth fruit? Because you know what fruit does? Fruit edifies people. It does. Fruit makes people stronger. So if I'm not bearing fruit, all right, if I'm not using my patience to bear fruit, then I'm not doing it right. And I'm telling you, I want to do this thing right. I want to live my life. I want to live what people call the new saying, I want to live the best life. And the best life lived is one with God, with an honest and a good heart, having not just heard the word, but keeping the word. God's given us that word, and He hasn't given it to us to entertain us. It's an instruction manual. That's your manual for life. So if you're struggling with something and you can't seem to find a way out, or you've got questions, you know what? Don't just try and keep it up here in your mind and struggle with it. Go get in the Word. Go spend some time in prayer. Let God guide you. Let God show you the way. We can bring forth fruit with our patience. And if you've got something you're struggling with tonight, that you've been struggling with it for a long time, I'm telling you tonight, don't quit. I saw a thing on Facebook earlier this week. It said, ask Him again. I think Sister Courtney Wheelis posted that. Ask Him again. Ask Him again. You can be patient, but you know what asking Him again is? That's climbing. That's talking to Him. That's letting Him know, you know what, God? It hadn't happened yet, but I'm still climbing, and it's going to happen, and your time is going to happen. Just continue to be patient. Continue to be faithful. He'll be faithful to you. He'll be patient with you. Can we be patient with Him? Can we be faithful with God? I'm going to let Sister Deidre sing. I'm going to open up this altar. This is our first Wednesday night of the month prayer time. So find a place of prayer and really talk to God. You know, don't just come and just, say, hey, God, thanks for a great day. Hope I have a good one tomorrow. Love you. Out. That ain't talking to God. That's something I send to one of my buddies that, I played football with or something like that. Talk to God. He wants to hear from you. He wants to hear from you. He doesn't want to always hear about you from somebody else. There's a lot of people that probably say, will you be praying for me about something? And that person, yeah, they're praying for him, but God's saying, why isn't that person praying for themselves? Talk to Him. Let Him know that you love Him. Let Him know that you need Him. And I promise you, He'll be faithful. He'll be patient every time. So as she sings, if you will, just come, find a place of prayer, and let's just get lost in His presence tonight. If you need special prayer, there's people that'll pray with you. There's people that'll go to battle with you. But let's find some time with God tonight. Y'all worship with Sister Deidre.